One of the greatest attractions in the history of Walt Disney World, Big Thunder Mountain, will be going down for an entire year, just as Tiana's Bayou Adventure continues to, well, do what Tiana's Bayou Adventure does. Let's talk about a more than year-long refurbishment here on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me is the wildest ride in the wilderness, Mr. Vash Sky. Vash? I hear that's what they all call you.
I don't know where you heard those rumors there, Jonas. Wildest, right? I don't know if I fit that description, but now I gotta see what else they're saying about me, Jonas. You've got my mind running through all kinds of scenarios.
Well,
just like the story, actually.
Like a gorge in the desert where there are bones of some kind of dinosaur. I'm just talking about an intellectual ride, by the way, here. Big Thunder Mountain is closing for a multi-year refurbishment and will reopen in 2026. Vash, I know you've got info here, so be ready for it. Walt Disney World has announced that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will be closed for refurbishment starting January 6th, and that attraction will reopen sometime in 2026 with new magic. This announcement confirms rumors that the attraction is due for a multi-year refurbishment. Vash, I think that's the worst thing that has ever happened on a January 6th. That is horrible to hear.
That's a spicy one, Jonas. Yeah, this is not great, especially in an attraction-starved, well, what will be an attraction-starved park in the Magic Kingdom. Remember, I mean, apparently we're losing all of Rivers of America for an extended amount of time, and this park just got back a big e-ticket attraction in the form of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, formerly Splash Mountain. So in terms of just this park operating in all cylinders, and hasn't for very long, and now we're going to be taking a big attraction away, something like I believe Big Thunder does like 18 to 2,000 people per hour. This is a huge capacity attraction now going to be going away for what a lot of people have maybe what do you want to say? They've speculated that there's going to be a complete track redo for this, but I'm not so sure, Jonas. We've heard conflicting reports that suggest that perhaps this is only going to get a partial track replacement, and that the big thing that operators are looking to solve with this specific attraction is actually the downtime associated with it, and we have some speculation on that as well.
You know, Big Thunder Mountain is a great ride. It's a great family coaster. It was the first roller coaster that I have ever been on in my life, and made me realize these things aren't going to kill you, first of all. But the fact that it is fun and it is perfectly themed actually does not have that much IP in it. It is just a great ride. So Disney, when you work on this, please don't mess this up. That rumor about the full track refurbishment replacement, sorry, I think that came, I'm not going to say what outlet it came out of, but maybe we're very familiar with it. It wasn't That Park Place. I know other outlets have said that it is only a partial track replacement. It's up to the viewer to decide which one of those is actually correct. But this is a ride that, for the most part, and they say they're going to be adding new magic to it. Well, I don't want Disney to touch this one, because I think this one is perfect just the way it is. Don't go changing to try and please whoever it is you think you're pleasing.
Well, I don't know if I 100% agree with that assessment, Jonas. I will say I do think this needs a little love. I know the pools and the geysers haven't worked with the utmost level of uptime. We can go over to this article right here from Mickey Views. Big Thunder Mountain closing for massive 1-year refurbishment by bre'r here. They talk about, like you said, Jonas, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will temporarily close for refurbishment on January 6th, 2025. The attraction will reopen with a little bit of new magic in 2026. A lot of people have been speculating that this will finally get what was supposed to be done for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and that is to add the explosion sequence that currently exists at Disneyland Paris and at Disneyland in Anaheim. This has been long rumored coming to this attraction. It just has never gotten the approvals. Apparently, it might here, so that might be a little bit of an upgrade. And I will say, having been on Disneyland version multiple times, I think it is better than what is currently now the earthquake sequence at Walt Disney World. I think it used to shake a lot more. I think it used to be a lot more impressive back in the 1980s, but unfortunately, they haven't maintained that the attraction's effects for quite some time. Also, too, the waterfall is missing.
It's very important that you understand, Vash, that the Walt Disney World version is better.
Agree to disagree on that one. Jonas, agree to disagree.
The one I like more, therefore it's better.
I see.
I like, okay. Maybe I'm being a bit too nostalgic on this, but I mean, I love Big Thunder. It is classic Disney. So yes, good. Okay, do your refurbishments. I actually don't care for the explosion effect. I look at it and I'm like, oh, look, there's this thing, but it's an afterthought for me on the ride. I actually forget that it's there until I see it, because it's not what I attach to that ride, generally speaking. Okay, it is an impressive effect with all of the projectors and things like that. There was originally some kind of rumor that there were some budgetary constraints on whether or not they were going to put this projector effect here. And forgive me, not safe for magic. Let's say that after the fact here. But I get it. The explosion is great and everything, but it's the roller coaster itself that is really, really great. And the fact that it is so perfectly themed. So anyways, we've now agreed, I've proven with facts and logic that the Walt Disney World version is better.
Again, agree to disagree. I don't know if you've proven that outright, but look, I think Big Thunder at Walt Disney World's version needs a little bit of love in TLC. I think it does need a little bit a paint in some areas. The waterfall effect on that first lift hill has not worked since COVID, actually, so we can go ahead and get that more functional. I think there could be some speaker replacements that could be installed there. There's a number of things, maybe lighting as well. There's a number of things that I think could be applied to this version of the attraction. So yes, it is in, I would say, a great state. Still Big Thunder, but it could use a little bit of TLC. However, the big 15-month portion, year portion of this.
You said this twice and you keep saying it. I just, with the TLC, you can't go chasing waterfalls.
Can't go chasing waterfalls. Yeah, well, that's a fair point right here. But it won't take, I think, a year to install new speakers, lighting, and maybe the explosion effect on that third lift hill right there. I think this is more about the partial track replacement. And as Braden actually brings out here, rumored upgrades, as we previously reported, sources of Mickey Views indicate that Big Thunder Mountain is set to receive a track upgrade to improve ride reliability. In the past year, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad has suffered lots of intermittent closures to issues with the ride system. This refurbishment is expected to permanently remedy these issues. El Toro Ryan actually has a great problematic coasters video all about Big Thunder and the various versions that currently exist. I believe there are currently 4 in the world right now. It goes over all of them and how issues can really introduce downtime to this attraction if you don't know actually what you're doing. Again, the block zones for this, or the system by which you keep 2 trains that are traveling on the same track at the same time apart, is a pretty complex one. And again, it was mostly thought of back in the 1970s and 80s. Obviously, there are different standards there. There are also issues where, depending on where those block zones are, you can actually get the train blocked in such a way in which it has to be wrenched to another position in order to get it moving again. And obviously that increases downtime with that. I think they're wanting to remedy some of those issues. Maybe not all of them, but just to make it a little bit more operator friendly, especially now when 50% of cast members on Walt Disney World property haven't been there for longer than 5-6 years there. So I think they're looking to remedy that as well.
That all makes sense, of course. And I'm glad that we've come to an accord on all of this. Also, there is a possibility that the Disneyland Paris version is maybe a little bit better than the Walt Disney World Resort version, but we're going to reserve that for another day. Maybe we need to do a full ranking of all of the rides across all of the parks. Maybe we can get Pro to pay for all of us to go to all of the parks, maybe with Lightning Lane Premier Pass, so it can cost an extra $400 a pop there. Anyways, throw your comments in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? Is the Walt Disney World version of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad the superior version? Feel free to agree with me. And hit that like button if you like this video, and consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.